Top electric cars coming in 2022. Electric cars, without a doubt, are becoming more and more popular compared to gas cars. Companies like Tesla have been pushing other vehicle manufacturers to bring their own electric cars to the public. And here are the top 25 electric cars expected to be released very soon. Mazda MX-30 Electric. The all-electric MX-30 will feature a single 143 horsepower electric motor driving the front wheels. All-wheel drive will not be offered. However, we have discovered that there will be a plug-in hybrid version with an electric motor. The MX-30's 32 kWh battery pack is modest in comparison to other electric vehicles. Mazda predicts that its driving range will be approximately 100 miles over a single charge, less than half of the Chevrolet Bolt EV and the Kona electric range. The battery will charge using both conventional alternating current and more contemporary and quicker direct current chargers. The starting price is $34,600. Volvo XC40 plug-in hybrid electric. The regular Volvo XC40 comes with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine which produces 187 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque in the T4 and 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque in the T5. A smooth-shifting 8-speed automatic gearbox sends the power to the wheels. The T8 Recharge versions include two 150 kilowatt electric motors, one on each axle for all-wheel drive. A 78 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery backs it up. The combined output of 402 net horsepower and 486 pound-feet of torque is far beyond expectations for this model, the 208-mile range model. The pricing of the 2022 XC40 is expected to remain at the $34,795 of the present model. Hyundai Kona Electric. A 64 kilowatt-hour battery powers a 201 horsepower electric motor that drives the front wheels. Convertibles are more fuel efficient, but they're also more expensive. Like the regular Kona, the electric variant is enjoyable to go on a winding 2-lane. One-pedal driving is possible with aggressive regenerative braking, extending range by 1 mile over the Bolt EV. To charge the Kona Electric at home, we suggest a 240-volt outlet or a DC fast charging station. At $35,185, it is one of the most affordable electric vehicles of this brand. Fisker Ocean. The 2022 Ocean is powered entirely by electricity. It will be available with 2 or all-wheel drive. The fastest version is claimed to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. This is all we know for sure regarding Fisker's next SUV engine. It's also been reported that the Ocean would feature a battery pack with a capacity of at least 80 kilowatt-hours. The forthcoming Ocean is anticipated to have the driving range between 250 and 300 miles, which is more than that of the Audi e-tron and Jaguar I-Pace. However, it is much less expensive than either of those luxury all-electric crossovers. The Ocean will be compatible with the vast majority of EV charging stations. $37,400 is the starting price. Mercedes-Benz EQB. The EQB was revealed in China, where it will be available initially as a fully equipped vehicle with a standard AMG line appearance, all-wheel drive, and 2 motors, producing the total of 288 horsepower. Europe will receive the EQB 350 4MATIC with approximately 268 horsepower and the front-wheel drive. EQB 250 with 221 horsepower, a mid-level variant intended as a long-range vehicle, will also be available. The EQB will be available in Europe and China by the end of the 2021 calendar year. We anticipate that the entry-level model will cost approximately $40,000 when it comes to the United States in mid-2022 as a 2023 model. Nissan Ariya. We eagerly await the EPA's official range estimates for the Ariya, which will be available with 63 and 87 kilowatt-hour battery packs. Nissan expects the range of up to 300 kilometers. Considering that the current Leaf hatchback has 2 range choices, the basic 2022 Nissan Ariya could have approximately 250 miles of range with higher-end versions nearing 300 miles. The Leaf has long been one of the most inexpensive electric vehicles. Despite the Ariya's SUV form and 300-mile range, Nissan expects the starting price of approximately $40,000. Toyota bZ4X. The bZ4X is expected to hit Toyota showrooms in mid-2022. Its muscular appearance sets it apart from Toyota's gasoline-powered SUVs. Despite just revealing the bZ4X, Toyota has filed several trademark applications for other BZ names, leading us to believe the company is developing a family of electric vehicles. Apart from all-wheel drive, Toyota hasn't disclosed much about the bZ4X's powertrain. That may mean 2 electric motors, one for each axle, or an all-wheel drive system with 1 electric motor powering both axles. Toyota has released no price or trim level information. Still, we expect it to start in the mid-$30,000, with loaded models exceeding the $40,000 range. Volkswagen ID.4. The 2022 Volkswagen ID.4 is an all-electric powered compact SUV. In terms of size, it sits slightly below Volkswagen's small Tiguan SUV in the company's range. Despite having a minor appearance than the Tiguan, the ID.4 offers a comparably roomy cabin. The ID.4 was introduced in 2021 with just one engine option, a single electric motor that drove the back wheels. It has 201 horsepower and 228 pound-feet of torque, and is powered by an 82 kilowatt-hour battery pack. We anticipate that Volkswagen will introduce an all-wheel drive variant to the ID.4 range in 2022. A second engine will power the front wheels, increasing the total horsepower to 302 and significantly boosting the content. The current rear-wheel drive ID.4 has an EPA range of 260 or 250 miles, depending on the trim level. Still, we anticipate the new all-wheel drive version to have a range of approximately 300 miles. The estimated starting price is $41,190. Ford Mustang Mach-E. The Ford Mustang Mach-E 2022 is a stylish and sporty all-electric luxury SUV. While it's not technically linked to the regular Ford Mustang, its looks and feels are heavily influenced by Ford's icon. It's not the quickest EV on the market, and there are others with more range than the Mach-E. However, we believe it provides an outstanding balance of performance and capacity, particularly considering the well-appointed interior and superb in-car technology. This is the most prominent rival of the Tesla Model Y, which has a more extended EPA estimated range than the Mach-E. Other premium EVs in this class include the Audi e-tron and the Jaguar I-Pace, but we believe the Mustang Mach-E outperforms both of them. Since the Mach-E debuted only this year, we don't expect Ford to make many modifications for 2022. The price would likely be in the same range as the 2021 model, which is $44,000. Audi Q4 e-tron. The Q4 e-tron is designed to do everything well. It checks all the boxes on paper, and in practice, it's challenging to identify significant flaws. The 40 has 201 bhp and 228 pound-feet of torque, and an 82 kilowatt-hour battery that can charge 80% in 10 minutes with a suitable charger. The mid-range Q4 has a top speed of 99 miles per hour and the range of 316 miles. Audi anticipates that the 40 will account for 60% of total sales. If you choose the 50 power plant, you will receive 295 bhp and 339 pound-feet of torque across the front and back axles, with a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 6.2 seconds. The Q4 e-tron 50 Quattro had a top speed of 111 miles per hour and a somewhat shorter range of 298 miles. The Q4 e-tron accelerates quickly to 30 miles per hour and takes a good 8.5 seconds to reach 62 miles per hour, but the torque remains constant regardless of speed. 3 levels are available at a starting price of $45,000. Byton M-byte. Electric powertrains for the M-byte will be offered in 2 configurations. All-wheel drive versions will have 2 268 horsepower electric motors, while rear-wheel drive ones have only one. Byton claims The single-motor rear-wheel drive configuration takes 7.5 seconds to 62 miles per hour. In comparison, the dual-motor all-wheel drive system takes 2 seconds off. The M-byte range will likely vary depending on the model, with entry-level versions sporting 72 kWh batteries and higher-end ones wearing 95 kWh ones. The M-byte may also be charged at household outlets utilizing 110 or 220 volts. It has a starting price of $45,000. Kia EV6. The EV6 is a crossover SUV hatchback hybrid that embraces contrast both inside and outside. Its 58 or 77.4 kWh battery pack powers either a single rear-wheel drive motor or twin all-wheel drive motors. A performance-oriented EV6 GT with the limited slip rear differential generates 577 horsepower and 546 pound-feet of torque and speeds up from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. The EV6 can tow up to 3,500 pounds with a 35% battery charge. The most efficient EV6 aspires for the 300-mile range, but that may change in the field. All versions can charge from 10 to 80% in only 18 minutes using 800-volt rapid charging. The larger battery enables rear-drive models to recover 62 miles in under 4.5 minutes. The EV6 can supply 3.6 kilowatts to charge large power tools, appliances, or other EVs, all for under $45,000 per vehicle. MG Marvel R Electric. The MG Marvel R Electric pushes the boundaries of design and technology even further. What distinguishes the Marvel R Electric is that it combines efficiency and excellent performance with 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration time of 4.9 seconds and the top speed of 200 km per hour. It is a pleasure to drive, it is a pleasure to ride, it is a pleasure to handle. The Marvel R Electric is outfitted with an aluminum suspension subframe and components usually seen exclusively in sports vehicles. Its starting price is $47,500. Jeep Wrangler Magneto. The Jeep Wrangler Magneto takes a unique approach to multi-speed EVs. Designers added a low-speed electric motor that can nearly replace the Wrangler's 3.6-liter V6. The electric motor's numbers outperform the V6's, which deliver 285 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, and max out at 6,600 RPM. Unusual for an electric motor, the powertrain is tuned to react much like it replaces a gasoline engine. For its part, Jeep claims the Magneto concept can reach 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. The two-door Wrangler with the V6 and 6-speed manual got to 60 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds. The vehicle's starting price is $47,995. Mercedes-Benz EQA. The EQA 250's basic electric motor produces 188 horsepower and it only powers the front wheels. There will be a range-optimized EQA and an all-wheel drive version with 268 horsepower. While it seems quick in town, it becomes sluggish over 60 miles per hour. Its acceleration goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 8.9 seconds, and it has an electronically restricted maximum speed of 99 miles per hour. The EQA's 66.5 kWh battery pack will provide between 200 and 250 miles of driving range. The price is $57,000. Volvo C40 Recharge. All C40 Recharge versions come with 2 electric motors, one up front and one in the back, with up to 402 horsepower and standard all-wheel drive. Volvo says the C40 Recharge can reach 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. This engine is also in the XC40 Recharge and the Polestar 2 electric vehicles, which hit 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds. The C40 Recharge had a 75 kWh battery pack under the floor that Volvo claims would provide 210 miles of driving range over a single charge. All C40 Recharge models will charge to 80% in only 40 minutes using 150 kilowatt DC fast charging. Charging at home with a 110 or 220 volt outlet is also feasible, although charging times will be slower. It has the starting price of $59,845. Cadillac Lyriq. The back-wheel drive is standard, with an electric motor on the rear axle. All-wheel drive option will also be available, with a second motor moving the front wheels. The details pertaining to the Lyriq's all-wheel drive engine are yet to be revealed. For this reason, we are unaware of how much horsepower it will generate. The rear-wheel drive variant is reported to produce 340. Due to the instantaneous nature of an electric motor's power supply, the acceleration will be quick in any case. The I-Pace hit 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. We anticipate the Lyriq to be as quick. The price is $59,990. Volvo XC90 Electric. The inside of the 2020 Volvo XC90 is minimalistic and beautiful, and it sets the XC90 apart from its rival three-row SUVs. The Volvo XC90's interior is not the only feature that sets it apart. Unlike its competitors, the XC90 only has a 4-cylinder engine. Notably, the T8's top engine has a plug-in battery pack. The plug-in hybrid's 400 horsepower and 474 pound-feet of torque provide plenty of power and economy. Despite its tech flaws, the XC90 is a good option in this category. The new suspension and T8 hybrid brake pedal make recommending the Volvo XC90 even simpler. The starting price for this model is $67,000. Mercedes-Benz EQC. The Mercedes-Benz EQC is a 5-seat electric SUV based on a substantially modified GLC. The EQC is 105mm longer and 315mm lower than the GLC in terms of dimensions. It does, however, have a comparable wheelbase of 2,873mm. The Mercedes-Benz EQC is expected to have two motors. This comprises one engine on the front and one on the back axle. An 80 kWh lithium-ion battery is set to power the electric motor, producing 402 bhp and 765 Nm of torque. The commercial model will have a fast charging option and a driving range of 400 km. The EQC features the starting price of $67,900. Rivian R1S. The R1S's 14.5-inch ground clearance improves off-road capabilities. Rivian says the R1S will go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. The Rivian R1S 2022 will come in 3 battery sizes: 105, 135, and 180 kWh. Each wheel of the R1S will feature an electric motor. The R1S will offer up to 800 horsepower and 900 pound-feet of torque, depending on the battery capacity. Also depending on the battery, the range estimates range between 240 and 400 miles. Rivian says the most extensive battery isn't available in the 7-seat arrangement, however. The Rivian R1S price will start at about $70,000. GMC Hummer SUV. The full-size electric SUV may have 1,000 horsepower and 11,500 pound-feet of torque. The 3 separate motors contained in 2 Ultium drive units would provide this enormous power. The 2022 GMC Hummer EV SUV will feature fast charging and offer the driving range of 400 miles or even more. The Hummer EV SUV may include 4-wheel steer with crab walk, allowing the vehicle to travel diagonally by letting the rear and front wheels steer simultaneously. The electric Hummer SUV's unique E4WD drive technology should offer agility unmatched by GM. According to GMC, the Hummer EV's suspension's extract mode is advantageous as well, now on the market for $80,000. Porsche Macan EV. The Macan EV, according to Porsche, will have a substantially more fantastic range than the current Taycan. That means it should outperform the 227 miles of EPA estimated range of the 2021 Taycan 4S model, which is now the longest in the lineup. This will be critical to compete against rival electric crossovers such as the Ford Mustang Mach-E and Tesla Model Y, both of which have versions with EPA range ratings of more than 300 miles. The EV will use 800-volt design architecture, which will allow for rapid charging at a maximum of 270 kilowatts. Like the Taycan, Porsche intends to offer 2 battery capacities. The Macan is presently offered in 4 trim levels: Basic, S, Turbo and GTS with turbo 4-cylinder or turbo V6 engines. The prices start at $81,000. Lucid Gravity. The dual-motor SUV will be available in two versions, one with 800 horsepower and another with 1,080 horsepower. The chassis and motors should be roughly similar to the Airs, so expect a single-motor Gravity with 480 or 620 horsepower and approximately 360 miles of range at one end of the spectrum. The range numbers should be in the 4 to 450 mile, depending on wheel and tire fitting. The SUV's initial price will be approximately $85,000. Bollinger B1. The B1 has two electric motors, one at the front and the other at the back, producing 614 horsepower. Bollinger predicts a 4.5-second 0 to 60 mph pace with all-wheel drive. With a 15-inch ground clearance and a 2-speed transfer case, the B1 should be able to go off-road. It will also have 7,500-pound towing capacity and 5,201-pound payload capacity. The battery pack on board provides up to 200 miles of driving range. The B1 may be charged through 110 or 220-volt outlets or via DC rapid charging. Bollinger states that the full charge will take approximately 75 minutes using the latter method. It estimates a 220-volt charge will take approximately 10 hours. The starting price for this vehicle is expected to be about $125,000. BMW iX. With two electric motors providing 516 horsepower combined, the xDrive 50 is the brand's first all-electric small SUV. All-wheel drive is standard. That's enough to get the iX to 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds and 124 miles per hour top speed. The xDrive 50 will be followed by the M60, which will have over 600 horsepower. There is an enormous 106.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack that BMW says will provide the iX 300 miles per charge. The iX charges from 10% to 80% in only 35 minutes when connected to a 200 kilowatt outlet. There will be public charging stations for the iX thanks to EVgo. Still, the SUV can also charge at home using other networks, including Level 2 charging. The EPA has not released the iX's fuel economy statistics or confirmed BMW's 300-mile range claim. The price is $85,500. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out these videos shown on your screen right now.